Should be working. Yes, it is. Okay. Welcome. NPL F2 Season 2, Race 6 at Spain. We have only 6 people today. A bit disappointing. Last season at Spain we had, I think, a relatively similar amount of people, but, wait, what? Yeah, it was, and last season we had Tice, one of his few NPL races in F2. Um, I think it was only F2 race, yeah. But anyway, let's see how the drivers managed to be here. We're missing some pretty vital drivers. Championship, we haven't got CB. What have we got? Oh, I guess that's about it in the travel plate, because now we have John, DJ, and Dervas looking to score big here as John. Big inroads on his title rival CB, who is not racing today for whatever reason. See if I can invite him while we're here. Ryder's online. Interesting. Haven't seen him in a while. Hope he can race on PL maybe. Where is... Oh, whatever. Brand new Dutch Unchosen second. Unchosen! A dark horse this season in F2. We saw him in Singapore almost winning the race. He had the pace to, he was the quickest driver of that race. And now, he's currently third fastest, along with... What does that say, Felix? Felix is talking... Somehow he's driving in F2 quali and talking in my chat. Where do you think is getting the pole? Why is Bert... Okay, I think it'll be... oh, John fucked up, it looks like, as he's down to third. Invictus up to... I'm going to reckon it's DJ Llama getting pole, but John will be very close. Let's see how this goes. This could be DJ Llama's best chance to win a race in a while. He had the win arguably robbed off him in Suzuka. Now he's got his teammate Devas second place now on the front row. We all Invicta front row here. We've seen it a few times. And here it is. DJ Llama on pole position just like last time at Suzuka, only by 0.2 of a second over his teammate Devas, but it's pole position number 10 for DJ Llama in F2. That is a 10th career pole, the first driver to do so in F2 here. Very good job from DJ Llama, the best qualifier in the league. Quite frankly, the Charles Leclerc of F2. And you have John there, only 0.3 to drift there in third place. Fourth place to Felix, despite talking in my chat during the lap there. Unchosen was on a good lap, seemed to have made a mistake and went down a second away from DJ Llama in the final 2 sectors, and then Trayman down in 6th place. Last of the people driving here. Oh, hi, Kevin. That's who you are. No AAX pole, sadly there. CB, why aren't you racing? Holy shit, 5 people are watching the stream. That's a lot by my standards. Almost as many people watching the stream as there are racing today. It's quite embarrassing. But anyway, let's see how this goes. This is definitely the least number of people we've had in F2 in a long time. I could just hear John's mic lagging a lot. It's quite funny. I don't know what that sound was. Anyway. Can't make it, life got in the way, lol. Well, shit, I guess CB, the championship leader, by a substantial margin going into this race, will have to watch in dread as his 2 main title rivals, Devas and John, line up second and third on the grid here, with DJ Llama looking to make a comeback. Last season, the second half of the season, he actually did score the most points of any driver. So DJ Llama looking to have that level of consistency again this season, for the rest of the season. We'll have 19 races this season, F2. Because of the bonus race we had in Suzuka last time out. Let's see how this goes. And it is lights out, and away we go. DJ Llama with a good start there. Ahead of Dervas in second place. Does DJ preserve his lead? So far, so good for him. Let's watch Dervas. Will he get the slipstream? As John has had a terrible start, he's falling back. And you see, there's 3 wide there going into the first corner. And I forgot, these are the 2025 cars, aren't they? I do believe they are. First time we've used those this season, if I'm not mistaken, but DJ Llama there, ahead of Devas in second place, and chosen in third there in the Trident. Fourth goes to the MP Motorsport car in the new Red Bull livery of John there, the reigning champion, looking to get back in the title fight. And we had asked to overtake several cars on route to victory here if he wants to get it. 3 Red Bull cars in this race, despite there only being 6 people in the race. Half of them are Red Bull liveried cars, and all of them are in the bottom 3 positions on the track. It's basically like F3. I heard someone's radio going off there. Meanwhile, Felix chasing down. Is just John off damage? Oh, there goes Felix. Oh, he's in the wall, I think. He is. That might be a safety car, a virtual safety car at the very least. He's gone off the track there in turn, I believe that's turn 8, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty good racing so far, besides that incident. Meanwhile, DJ Lama's having a tough time pulling away from Dervas here. He's gone very deep into the corner. He's in the gravel. There's DJ Lama, and there he is, Dervas, going down the inside of his teammate, taking the lead of the race. Here comes Unchosen on the inside. Almost contact between them, and they're side by side in the final corner. You do not want to be going side by side through there. Here comes John. He's going to have a huge run on both of them here, heading down the main straight. Can he do a double overtake into the first corner? Drama on the first lap here. Dervas trying to get loads of points back on John here from the last race where he finished down in 5th in Suzuka. Looking to come back with a win here today. He got a win already earlier in the season at Singapore. The only repeat winner so far, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true? No, it's not. Sorry, CB also has a second win this season. Anyway, got up to 3rd place. Couldn't quite get past DJ Lama. He's trying to close back in now on Dervas out in front. I don't think he's done much practice, has DJ Lama. Neither has Dervas, if I'm not mistaken. But purple first sector there for Dervas. Looking pretty quick. Unchosen there. Looking racy here against John. Gotta remember, he's very fast as Unchosen there in the Trident so far this season. Definitely one of the better controller players you have in NPL at the moment. Down the inside, is he going to go on John? He tries it, sends it. Oh no, they spin into the wall, they're both in the wall. And there he is, the defending champion, thrashing with Unchosen. And Treyman into 3rd place. Absolute cinema. John has no front wing, and that is absolutely awful for him in the championship. Drama here in Spain. And there's 3 yellow cars on the minimap, as the safety car is one of them. The other 2 are the Invictors in the first 2 positions. What a strange race this is. So Dervas now leading from his teammate DJ Lama in 2nd. Treyman up to 3rd. John now in 4th with a broken front wing, and so too doesn't Chosen have that. The Trident, he has no front wing. Phylaxis in this at this rate will be up to the return of the Rebel Junior Academy. Yeah, so if you have damage, I don't think you have to change that. But there's a new rule that is in the league now. Where you have to pit again if you pit under the safety car. So all of you who pit now have to pit again. It is a mandatory rule in the league. And if any of you don't pit again, then I'm going to personally disqualify you, because that is the rule that Kaiser put in place. Going into this race, it should be mentioned to anyone. Yeah, so all the people who just pitted have to pit again under green flag conditions. You have to make a green flag pit stop in NPL F2. That is the league. Yes, it is a safety car. The safety car came out because Unchosen and John made contact in turn. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn 7. They made contact in the chicane there. And Unchosen took a very aggressive move on the inside of that corner. John, though, trying to get a switchback of some kind, drove into the back of him, and they both spun into the wall, and both of them lost their entire front wing. And it was one of the bigger crashes of the season so far, and that took them both out of contention early on. Copy what I said about the... What do you mean? I copy what you said. I didn't even mean to. I didn't read what you said. But yeah, basic... Wait, did I... Well, hold on a minute. Did you say... Do you mean in the chat itself, then? Talking to Janet down in the chat if anyone who thinks I'm insane in the Discord. Such a dangerous corner to try and overtake. Honestly, the overtake was fine. It was just... I don't know what happened. John just hit the back of him, it looked like, from what I saw. But if that is to be... Okay, so if that does want to be investigated by those guys, they can do so. But John, the defending champion, having a tough season so far in his defending season of NPL F2, is trying to stay the champion. Of course, he's currently 2nd in the standings, so having a good season still, but he's a fair few points adrift from CB. You're still 3rd? I swear, hold on, let me double check the point. I may have missed... I think you are 2nd though, let me just check, because Dervas has had a bad race in Suzuka, where he finished 5th in terms of result. I mean, obviously it wasn't a bad race, but let's have a look at the standings. NPL F2 standings currently, let's remind you all, in the chat, it is currently, oh you're right, it is Dervas in 2nd, so CB in 1st place. He has, going into this race, a 19-point lead over Dervas, so Dervas really in a must-win situation to get that championship lead here, pretty much. So too, John cannot take the lead of the championship unless he were to have gotten pole, fastest lap, and the win. And so far he hasn't even got pole. So looking interesting. John now on 69 points tonight, is 25 points behind CB, and is currently going into this race 6 points behind Dervas. So this is not good for the deficit in the championship. Ethan as well, going into this, was 4th in the standings. DJ Lamar, as it stands, would go way ahead of Ethan in the standings now, up to, I don't think it would be 62 points. Sorry, 64, because he has got pole position. But anyway, Trainman though looking good in third place. He's currently second to last of the driver's standings. Restrained Man looking good for a podium finish so far. This could genuinely be his first podium. He has had some flashes of pace here in F2, and looks like he's going to have to put his consistency to the test here in these closing laps of the race. So, John, Alexis, and Unchosen all have to pit again. Let's have a look at the tyre compounds on the graphic. So actually, Trainman's got 3 places. John, Alexis, Unchosen, and DJ have all gone down 1 place each, and Devas has also got a place like Trainman. Looking at the tyres. Devas in first place, in the way, but the bottom 3 cars, they all have to pit, so John and Unchosen on the hard tyres, everyone else in softs, but 3 lap off softs for the top 3. Is the safety car coming in this lap? I do believe it is, and I think Devas is going now. Will he get slowed down by the safety car? Watch the throttle, I think he'll be fine, and he is. Devas leads the way with a nice restart, and DJ Lama in second place. Third place Trainman is under pressure from John straight away. He's on the hard tyres. He will have much better tyres than these cars in front. And you'll have to pit again. To the inside goes John. Side by side with Trainman. He's going to hang around the outside. That's some nice racing from him there. And John does get the move. Beautiful overtake from John there into third place. The reigning champion trying to fight back here today. Meanwhile, there is Felix. It's very confusing with these 3 Red Bull cars. But Felix is there trying to chase down Trainman. Will he go for a move on the inside here? It's a bit late on the race. He's going to try it. He's on the grass on the inside. That's side by side through the corner. Why is there a yellow? What happened? I'm not sure why it's out of mind, it's just the game bugging out. Anyway, Felix there though does get past Trainman. He's already down to 5th place. Not a very good restart for him, but Unchosen now looking to bounce back. He's going to be battling with him. Trainman for 5th place. Look to see when he tries an overtake. He could try and get him down into turn 10. Camps the corner there. Turn 9 already. Devas has stretched his lead out to 1.1 seconds. So Devas looking to chase down that championship lead back off CB again. He needs to if he wants to stay in this title fight. Very much is in the title fight. So this is a crazy season championship fight wise. Reminds me of 2010 in that regard. DJ Lama is not out of the championship here. We must remind you, he may be very far behind. He's 50 points off of the championship lead, but with CB missing races and the top few guys having issues in races recently, if DJ Lama can have that same level of consistency he had last season, I wouldn't at all be surprised if he can be a title contender this season as well. But he needs to pick up the pace if he wants to be in that fight for the championship. So far, he's missed too many races and had too many issues for him to be in that title fight. But still a long way to go. There's 13 races to go, but meanwhile, Unchosen and Trainman battling for 5th place. Trainman does stay ahead of Unchosen now in that fight. They're pretty close between them though. Unchosen there. He's trying his best to close in as Unchosen now. It's the closest battle on track. Felixis and John are pretty close too. So it looks like these fresh starts looking pretty good for Felixis, but John's raw pace seems to be a bit quicker. There's almost battling there. Is Unchosen and Trainman. Trainman having some issues there going into these corners, braking a little bit too late as he does again there. Through that corner, but Unchosen is struggling to find a way past him. The widest F2 car I've ever seen is the big Trainman now. He's the contact. He hit the back of him. He punts him wide. That's not good there from Unchosen. Pushing Trainman there. He's going to let him stay ahead. That's good sportsmanship. He could have probably made a move there, but he chose to back out. Meanwhile, John is way faster than both cars in front. This could be interesting in the fight for the race win. Let's see. I think John is not out of this, he's got the hards. He should be able to pit late in the race for softs, which would give him a huge pace advantage over the hard tyre runners in front. But if he can get ahead of them while he's on hards, that would be massive for his race. But Felix, though, is not losing touch with him. He's looking pretty quick too, so Felix is in the fight for the win too, in the grand scheme of things. Let's see how this race plays out. Looking pretty interesting so far. Meanwhile, here comes let's watch this battle for the places. Unchosen goes in deep there in the final corner. That's going to cost him a huge amount of momentum, crucial momentum down the straight, but the DRS should come in his favour. Look at the difference in straight line speed between Unchosen and Trainman. Already, despite that bad last corner, Trainman is lagging a lot. Oh my god, Trainman's lag is horrendous. That was scary. I can see why Unchosen is scared to make a move on Trainman there because of the lag he has. Meanwhile, John has got himself into the DRS range of DJ Lama now. This is interesting stuff. It's surprisingly good pace there. Given that, if I may say, last time out in Suzuka, he was off the pace because of those medium speed corners. Didn't seem to suit his driving style. On a track that's primarily medium speed corners, he seems to be doing a really good job here, Devas, I should say, at Spain. Doing very well, looking for his first win at this track. John won here last season, in what was a dominant season for him in the championship. Devas, though, keeping it interesting here. As it would stand, he would take the championship lead off of CB by, what would it be? 6 points, I believe. Good championship lead for Devas. It wouldn't be the first time he got the championship this season. He did earlier on, in the first race, of course. I think he did after Singapore as well, if I'm not mistaken, but actually I don't think he did. I think CB was still leading. Anyway. DJ Lama though, he's slowly closing back in there on his teammate. Through that last sector. He's not pushing hard enough, he's not getting on the throttle fast enough. As you can see, John already there, looking quick enough to make a move. He's looking very locked in and very consistent like that. Only 500s off his personal best. Who has the fastest lap currently? So as John does go past DJ Lama into second place. Nice move, decisive stuff, very clean. And he does make that move stick. Fastest lap currently goes to Dervas with a 25.0. John also with a 25.0, but only 700s adrift. Let's see how this race plays out. This is looking very good. John, though, I think on raw pace looks the fastest driver, as you'd expect it at this track. He's got a purple first sector with that DRS he had. That would have definitely helped him a lot. And now it's going to be Dervas versus John for the race win, it looks like. Yeah, and F2. Far from over this race. When will Dervas pit is the question. He could extend his stint a lot, but John will have the better tyres, I think, for the rest of the race here. That safety car may have really helped him out. He looks very focused here today. Still Unchosen can't get past Trainman here as he watches onboard now. Oh, we almost at the back of him again. Still Unchosen, the lag looking terrible for Trainman. He finally goes off the track. This could be his chance. Unchosen goes to the outside and he does get ahead of Trainman. Will he send him over to this corner? He's not close enough to do so. Thought about it. Oh wow, that lag is really bad for Trainman. I'm not sure what to think about, but anyway, Felix now is the one chasing down DJ Lama. He has no pace. Could be a good idea to pit soon for him, because the undercut could prove very powerful with track position. I'll try to explain, but we've already seen today things can get a bit messed up. Already 1.2 seconds off the pace of his previous fastest lap is DJ Lama, who simply is not on the pacer today. John there with the fastest lap of the race, though, I should say. I didn't say it on the graphic. Oh, what? Felix. What happened to Felix? Oh, he's pitting. Of course. He's going to do his mandatory pit stop now. Onto the soft tyres, I believe that is. Let's have a look. Yes, he's on hards, is Felix. Hard tyres for Felix, with 10 laps remaining. Or 11 pretty much. And now Trainman chasing down Chosen, but doesn't have the pace to do so. Meanwhile, there comes John. This could be a decisive pass for the race win here, even, for John. Dervas really needs to think about doing pit stop soon. I think John it's his race to lose, to be honest, in terms of his strategy. He should absolutely be the fastest driver here at the end of this race. Even if Dervas tries an undercut, I think John will have him covered. Let's see what he can do, John, though. Right behind Dervas. John is by far the fastest car on track at the moment. There's really good pace. This would be John's first win of the season if he can manage to get it. And Dervas pits, good idea. He already gave John DRS, so this is not good news for Dervas, but let's watch his pit stop. See how he goes in here. Good stuff, nice and clean from Dervas. Chosen comes off the corner, he's already got 1 point. Oh, I said, now Trainman pits too, so Dervas trying the undercut here. How powerful will it be? It's important. He has a 7-lap tyre deficit to John, but not the raw pace advantage. So, let's see how this goes. DJ Lama already 3.3 seconds off of John, only losing more time. I think that lack of practice going into this race is really proving to be costly for DJ Lama here this season. DJ Lama now fumbling around, trying his best. Is he playing on controller? I think DJ Lama is playing on controller. I think that's why he's off the pace. I don't know if I'm wrong. I think he is. His input certainly seems to be controller, right? I'll be wrong, right? I can't tell. I'm just watching him. Is he disconnected or this is I'm confused. DJ Lama, his driving doesn't seem the same as it usually does. So I'm a bit confused as to what's going on with him at the moment. Can't tell if he's using a controller or a wheel. Really hard to tell. Anyway, tyre screeching is absolutely killing his eggs. Yeah, so I'm saying he is scrubbing the tyres way too much. Too much turning input there on the corners, and it's really costing him time. Meanwhile, and he comes to the pit lane. So everyone on the hard tyres currently. So the only person yet to pit in this race, sorry, only drivers yet to pit are John and Unchosen. They are staying out for now. If the safety car came out right now, that would not be good for their race. because they are not allowed to serve a mandatory pit stop under the safety car in F2 at all anymore. We have removed that rule from the league. You can pit if you have damage, but you can't pit for a mandatory pit stop, so there's no point pitting. I guess you could pit for fresh tyres if you've already done your mandatory pit stop, but John and Chosen are yet to do that. They'd have to do a pit stop under green flag conditions anyway. Trainman has served his mandatory pit stop. He's 10.8 seconds off for Alexis in 5th place. DJ Lama though, 3.8 seconds behind his teammate, but on one lap fresher tyres should have a slight advantage on pacer. Dervas though, trying anything he can to close in on John. So far, so good. Let's see if when John pits. I think he should pit as late as possible really, for the sake of his soft tyres, which do die pretty quickly at this track, I must say. It certainly does seem to be an issue. Last season though, we did see the softs having low tyre decks, so let's see how it goes this season with that. Well, meanwhile, what's this for Lexus and DJ? Didn't expect this. DJ's really struggling for pace. Something's really off with his pace today. I think he's playing on a controller, because he's driving like a controller player in terms of his inputs. I can't tell if it's a wheel or a controller. He got pole though, so I'm not really sure what to think. But regardless, Felix is there. Can you go for a move into turn 1, Felix? Oh, he almost hit him. He does hit him. Slight contact there in the first corner. DJ going in deep there. Felix hard at work trying to get past DJ Lama in 4th place on lap 12 here, out of 19, 8 laps remaining. When will Unchosen and Nico John pit? John's still looking like the fastest car on track here. Tire deficit on the hards. There is literally no tire wear on the hards, so is that you, Unchosen? I think because you're a controller player. Controller players, it's hard to have minimal inputs. Yes, John has to pit still, so does Unchosen. But top 2 both need to pit again in this race. They have not served a mandatory pit stop. It's mad when they pit though is the question. Both of those guys involved in an incident during that early safety car, but they both actually have a really good chance here to score big points. I think Unchosen could very well still get a podium if he can pit late enough and use the softs well. If he can time his pit stop at the perfect time, he should be able to get potentially to win this race. Or not win, sorry, but get podium in this race. Dervas, however, not making enough progress there on John to stay in contention for the win here. I think John's actually pulling away still, and you'll have the tire advantage, very similar to Verstappen 2023 Miami on Perez, where even though everyone's spread out because it's Spain, and also there's been a lot of incidents and differences in pace and no one practices, and the safety car caused some weird strategies. Don't worry, Ethan, this race will get interesting when the top 2 pit. Let's see when they pit. John there still out in front for the moment in the Rebel liveried MP Motorsport, hoping for a new run of form here with this Rebel livery car. Makes sense he's in the Rebel Junior Academy car because he's a Rebel driver in F1. As of this season, he's been having a good season in NPL. Oh, well, who's that going way off the track on the minimap? I saw that was Falaxis. Went really wide off the track. How is that even possible? Oh, hold on a minute. I think someone's going to pit this lap. Something's wrong with Felix here. He's got a big problem with the car or something. Has he got rear wing damage? Is he going to stay out? I think he is. I think it must be either Unchosen or John that's pitting this lap. Let's see. I reckon it'll be Unchosen. We'll find out shortly. John should probably pit soon. He has nothing to really gain from staying out any longer. The soft tyres do degrade quickly, but not that quickly. You can do 6 laps on this track. And there it is. Trainman pits again. So he got damage. Something must have happened to him. I wonder what that is. Let's watch his pit stop here, since it's the only thing going on track right now. So, Trainman trying to go on the softs to the end. Maybe going for fastest lap or something. Just something to do in these closing laps. Alright, John was about to lap him from that. He pits. So John, finally, from the lead of the race, pitting now, has actually gained time on Dervas since Dervas pitted. So Dervas not quite on the pace of John here today, looks like. Even with that 7 lap tyre deficit. Dervas doesn't seem to have the pace to contend with John. He's looking for his first win of the season. Putting on the soft tyres here is John. Dervas would hope for a safety car to make it so there's less time for John to overtake him. Let's see. Will Dervas even come out in the lead? I don't think he will. I mean, Dervas is going to come out behind John, and he does. Great pace there from John. Clearly the fastest car on track at the moment. Comes out on the soft tyre with a 2.5 second lead on Dervas in second place. This is a done deal by the looks of it. John, you dominated last season. Looks like he's going to do the same this season. And looks like a track he really enjoys a lot. He did well on F1 at Spain as well, if you remember. Had great pace from the start of that race, took the lead in season 11. And yeah, we'll see how he does here. Back on the track. And he's leading the way on soft tyres. Looking pretty quick, and Chosen has pitted now for soft. Let's see what he can do. He has 8 seconds to gain on flax. He wants to get into 4th. And then not far after that, you can go after DJ Lama as well. So let's see how much he gains time here on Felix. The hards, though, are just such a robust tyre. It looks as though they'll have him covered, but we'll see. If I'm chosen to stay out too long, let's find out if he has the pace to close in that 8-second gap. He's already brought down 0.6 of a second already in the first sector alone. Let's see if he can keep this up. At that pace, he could absolutely get into the top 4 again. And this will be a huge turnaround for his race after the crash he had with John, who is currently leading after that incident with Unchosen. Really good comeback here from John, as he's done many times before in F2. Looking like the comeback king so far. He gets a purple last sector. Let's watch this, most likely fastest lap of the race. Into turn 1, on board with John. He's wiggling a little bit down the straight with the wheel. And so on he goes, nice and late on the brakes. Very committed through there. Just tapping the inside curve in turn 2. Taking a nice central line going on the entry to the next corner. Meanwhile, there's a spin there. Is that a frame man? It is. He spun around by himself on the gravel, bringing it back onto the track. Gets going again, but he's spun on the exit of turn 5. As John are watching once again. Purple first sector looking very committed. To the right side of the track, want to brake nice and late. Perfect turn in there. Getting on the power immediately in the exit. Very nice line there from John. This is a great lap from John, looking for fastest lap of the race and for the win, of course. He's already gained over 2 seconds on Dervas since he exited the pit lane. Those softs are rapid, and John is too. Off the corner, very clean. And now, yeah, fights out again as Trimman once again spinning around and rejoining the track. Hopefully this doesn't ruin John's fastest lap attempt. Trimman trying to drive with that traction control. That's what you can do, I guess, since he's in last place. And, wow, the softs are so much quicker than the hards. Already look at that, and Chosen's gained 3 seconds on Felix in a lap. That's crazy pace there from Chosen on the soft tire. And off the final corner, very nice and committed lap there from John. It should be much faster. Yes, it is. 1.3 seconds faster than the previous fastest lap of the race. Great stuff from John. Looking unbeatably fast here in Spain. Looking to fight back in this championship fight. So far, this is great for the championship over CB Not Racing and John and Dervas in that order, by the way. Getting these points, they'll all be so close in the standings after this race. If I'm not mistaken, John would actually be... Hold on a minute. He would be leading the championship by 1 point. Because of the fastest lap he has. He'd be leading the championship by 1 point over CB if the race finishes as it is now, which it most likely will. Dervas there in second would also be third, so the top 3 will be separated by 2 points. So as if I'm not mistaken, Sean would be on 95 points, CB second on 94, and third place Dervas on 93. This is crazy. DJ Lama there as well in third, getting 16 points for himself, puts him up to 4th standings. Meanwhile, yellows are out as frame. I think just spun in front of John, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he's spun around again. Don't hit Dervas. Oh man, that's scary there. I'm looking to keep watching Trainman here. Meanwhile, look at this relentless charge. 3 seconds a lap faster than Unchosen. Sorry, than Felix is Unchosen. And he's gonna surely get into 4th place. He may even get, if he's fast enough, into 3rd if DJ makes a mistake. And Trainman letting past all the cars around him finally gets going again. Trimmer needs to figure out how to drive with traction control off. Should be very careful on the throttle. Flat through here. Be a nice light braking through into this corner. And yeah, that's on the power again. Okay, and 1 minute behind Unchosen, who is flying around this track right now. Already closing him luckily. It should be this lap where he gets past Felix. I don't know if he's close enough to get to DJ Lama by the end of the race. He only has 2 laps to do that. But if it was a mistake from DJ, it's not out of the question. John though continuing on as Dervas there. I don't know if he went in deep into that corner, but this is crazy, this title fight. This will be the first time John's led the championship this season. Surprisingly. Even he's the reigning champion. He's gonna win today. At that rate, it should be the case, right, that John, when he inevitably wins, will be the leader of the championship by 1 point over CB. All thanks to that fastest lap he got. So this strategy playing to his favour, and I think he would have gotten it anyway because he is, without question, the fastest car on track at the moment. Dervas now already 10 seconds behind John. This is blistering pace from the MP Motorsport driver. What? They are. I'm going to watch it now. Oh yeah, flags once again. Tremont spins on the same corner for the 3rd lap in a row. Meanwhile, Unchosen chasing down Felix, has his DRS and should have a better exit, you think. Down into the 1st corner. Can he make a move here on Felix? Is it close in the final lap of the race here? Presented by Credit One Bank. As Unchosen trying to unsettle this race and get into 4th place on Felix. This would be pivotal for his race, but Felix will try his best to defend, and it's a terrible exit. Will he get past? Oh wait, did he spin around? Oh, it's lagging. Felix lagging there. I'm starting to think it's Unchosen that's lagging now, because only from his perspective do I see this amount of lag. It's really strange. I think Unchosen can get past Felix on this last lap on this final DRS zone if he's quick enough. From this though, it's got so much pace as Unchosen, but can he get the move on Felix on the final lap? He needs to be aggressive if he wants to make it. Oh, he's been too aggressive though. He gets on the exit curve. He's going to lost some huge amounts of momentum down here, but he should be able to send this corner quicker than Felix can. Oh no, he tried too hard again, and now it's going to be very difficult for him to win. But meanwhile, John is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix and take the lead of the F2 Championship by 1 point over CB in 2nd now. That was crucial for John in this championship. The first time we've seen him back at the top of the standings in F2 here this season. Dervas will come home for 2nd place. He will be in 3rd place in the standings, but only 1 point behind CB in 2nd. DJ Lama now behind that, and here comes Unchosen. Can he send it on the final corner of the final lap? He's not close enough. And what a valiant effort, but it's going to be Felix in 4th place behind DJ Lama in 3rd. Unchosen will stay in 5th place, and now we have to wait for an hour for Trainman to finish because he is still trying to drive with that traction control, and he spins again through turn 5. Oh, there he goes around again. This is a wonderful performance. Trainman is trying to use confusion on John to unsettle him and hopefully get him to crash in Baku later today. As Trainman once again, for the 4th lap in a row, spins out at turn 10 because it is the hardest corner to do without traction control. I think his tyres are on 90 because he's been spinning out so much, John, by the way. And Trainman finally rounds the final corner to complete this pretty boring race here in F2. Probably the worst race I've had in F2 in a very long time. But there you go. Race over. John takes the lead of the championship. Yeah, but that Spain at least had a really fun last few laps rather than just the last lap. The last few laps were really good, that race. Tice made it interesting battling with Graham Crackers. It was John and Unchosen. We can review it if it needs to be investigated, but it's up to the drivers involved as to whether or not it should be investigated. You can send it, but yeah, if either John or Chez wants to investigate it, they can. He's allowed to send a clip of an incident. It doesn't have to be investigated based on that. Also, I forgot to mention DJ Lama gets 2 points for pole, so he will be getting 17. So it's only 1 point less than his teammate, who finished second. Great racer today, for the championship at least. Well, you got 8 points, so you are now ahead of Serial in the standing. That moves Trayman up to 11th place, which is the highest he's ever been. Probably not, I don't know. Yeah, he's probably been like 5th. Also, no one cares, Trayman. We'll see you later today for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and F1 NPL. This is going to be a crazy race with a bunch of good contenders racing. I'm hoping CV can race because that would be really cool. Anyway. Monza. Anyway, we'll see you later for Baku.